Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course, Bob.
This might be hard to believe, but we don't know everything.
Right, but who's this guy?
This is Aaron Kast, and Brad, he knows a lot about lymphedema. And so we brought him in today to talk about that. You know, some of you out there may be wondering, you're getting some swelling in your legs. Do I have lymphedema? Do I have edema? Do I have just plain old swelling?
Or am I just gaining weight?
That's right. So let's talk a little bit about that, Aaron. What are you go ahead, take control of this situation here. What are we talking about here?
Well, first let's maybe give lymphedema a definition or an idea of what is the cause of lymphedema, I guess. Lymphedema can be caused by a few different things, but ultimately it's a blockage of the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is a network that runs through your body just like your veins and arteries that pump your blood, but the lymphatic system pumps your lymph. It's a fluid in your body.
Lymph.
Correct.
So it's a fluid, just like you said, blood.
Right.
So if your legs are getting swollen up, this could be fluid, and we call it lymphedema.
That's correct. And a few ways that might make you lean towards lymphedema rather than just edema or swelling could be if you've recently had any type of surgery on your leg, your trunk, on one particular side or the other.
Well, definitely if you've had the lymph nodes replaced.
Removed, yes.
You don't replace them, do they?
Yes. So any surgery that removed lymph nodes, that definitely puts you at risk for lymphedema. Any surgery in general can put you at risk also because the scar tissue can basically close down those lymph nodes. It'll block off a highway, so to speak.
Because Aaron and I just had a patient who had some surgery done in the abdominal area, and you wouldn't think that would affect the extremities, but that's exactly where the lymph goes. And that surgery, the scar tissue was blocking the lymph.
Right.
So it couldn't come out of her legs.
Right. This particular person had a surgery right around their belly button, which happens to be one of the more important areas of your body for lymph processing. It's a very important area, and once there was that scar tissue, the fluid just couldn't get through that scar tissue. So gravity, working against us in this case, took that fluid that was blocked up by your belly button here and pulled it down into her legs, down into her toes. So
now, you're talking about the belly button, and we're talking about swelling in the legs. It's they're not connected. So what's going on?
You may not think that they're connected, but this network of lymphatic system covers your entire body, and the blockage by your belly button doesn't allow the fluid through, so it's got to go somewhere.
So the fluid in your leg has to go up through your leg. If it's in your legs or ankle, has to go up to your leg, and then it goes into there?
It goes into this area, not specifically your belly button, but it goes into this area of your body where it gets processed by the other organs and systems of your body, and then ultimately gets expelled.
By urine?
By urine,
Okay.
yes. So after watching some of our previous videos where you're doing some exercises, you may notice that you have to urinate more often, which is a good sign. That means you're getting the fluid moving.
Okay.
So why don't we give some instances in which it probably isn't lymphedema, where it may be caused by, let's say, your heart or something along that line.
Right. If you have swelling in, say, one leg, that's generally leading you to more towards lymphedema. If you can rule out any sort of a trauma,
Sure.
say
Ruling
ruling
you didn't sprain
out.
your ankle, or you didn't blow out your knee. You didn't,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct. Yup. With general edema and more overall swelling that's due to heart problems, kidney problems, you're going to notice that in both legs.
Sure.
So if you got congestive heart failure, both legs will swell up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And generally, people will notice it most often in the ankles, because that's a place where if you don't have swelling, you can see more of the bony structures and that sort of thing.
So if it's in one leg and there hasn't been any trauma, it is again more likely to be lymphedema.
Right.
That would be your, first initial guess.
Yep. And ultimately, you'd want to seek out your medical doctor to have a true diagnosis, but for maybe more of your own comfort, or maybe some knowledge to ask questions when you
Right.
do go see your doctor.
Right.
More knowledge, the better.
Right. So if you sprain your ankle and it swells up, is that edema?
That's gonna be more of a general edema, right? And you're gonna wanna reduce that swelling more in a simple fashion as far as just elevating and compressing it lightly using
Cold
ice.
pack? Yeah.
Yes, like I'm sure you guys have talked about in
Right.
some of your other videos.
Right, the price method, so.
Yep.
All right, well, anything else we wanna say? I think that's a good general explanation of it. I think that
Yeah,
helps.
and so lymphedema can be in your arms, it can be in your legs.
Right.
But all this fluid, no matter where it is, has to go to this part of your body, kinda like the drain in a tub.
Right, exactly. You think of your belly button like your tub drain, and that's where I was saying with that scar tissue. If you have scar tissue, that's like a clog in your tub drain, and the water doesn't go down very well. That's where we wanna. That's what's blocking it is the clog in that tub drain. So we've got to either find an alternate route somewhere else in the body, or we've got to clean that drain out.
Wow. So if you have hip surgery or broken hip, that could be a blockage from the fluid from coming up to get there?
It could be, depending upon where the scar is, and you might have a combination of the two if you say you have a hip surgery, because your body's going to be sending extra fluid there to help it heal,
Sure.
and gravity's going to pull that extra fluid down there.
Right.
So you might have a combination of the two,
Sure.
but the lymphedema likely won't be severe enough that you would ever, 6-8 months down the road, ever notice a real difference from
Sure.
it.
I see.
So this could get pretty complicated. You could have
It
a
is.
surgery, you could have a heart problem causing edema on both legs,
Right,
lymphedema on one leg, swelling from the trauma. I mean, this could, you really need to have,
you need a professional to sort this out.
right, but then
So,
maybe this can help
this
explain.
was a starting point,
Right.
so,
So, I don't know, I'm gonna go home and read some more on this so I can get a better understanding and,
oh, I'm glad that you're.
yeah,
gonna
maybe
some
I'll watch
knowledge.
this video again in
Put
case I
something in-
forget it.
Put
Because
something in that empty head.
you really, if you wanna learn more about this tech, Bob, why?
Come on.
Can't we just get with the video
That's right.
without these antics?
How about those
back-
packets, by the way?
Yeah, the packets,
Yeah.
yeah, they've got lymphedema somewhere.
All right, thanks a lot.